James Timpson, head of the multi-asset funds at Courtiers, is here to tell me about what's been happening in markets throughout February. James, where are we now?
Hi Leo. So this month, or the month just gone, was broadly positive for equity markets. The UK continued to lag behind slightly, so the FTSE 100 index was only up 0.5% during the month. Of course, we saw the news from the ONS. The latest figures showing UK GDP showed that technically the UK entered into recession at the end of last year because there were 2 consecutive quarters of negative GDP growth. Despite that though, inflation did come in slightly lower than expected at 4%. The market which continues to be outperforming at the moment is of course the US, and we're in the midst of earnings season at the moment, the likes of Microsoft and Nvidia publishing results. Nvidia has just overtaken Amazon to become the 3rd largest company in the S&P 500 behind Microsoft and Apple. But it remains incredibly expensive. So despite the increase in its bottom line, the increase in its earnings, its price to earnings ratio is still huge at 70. Whereas in comparison, the FTSE 100 index, which tracks the UK market, that just has a PE of 10. So the UK is currently 7 times cheaper than Nvidia in terms of its earnings.
So obviously we're focused on these cheaper opportunities in the UK as value investors. Is there anyone else out there catching your eye that's actually spotting cheap opportunities to buy in and generate return?
Yes. So last month, Wincanton, a UK haulage firm, was acquired, so it saw a big increase in its share price. And just this morning, actually, Spirent Communications, an IT firm based in the UK, has just been acquired by a US firm, Viavi, at a 60% premium to its share price. So its share price this morning has increased 60%, and you'll be pleased to hear that Spirent Communications is a stock in the UK fund and the ethical fund as well. So Courtiers investors have massively benefited from this news this morning.
Brilliant. Are there any new stocks that you've recently bought in or that you're looking at that may be in a similar position to be of interest to these larger US companies?
Yeah, so right now we're actually looking for a replacement for Spirent in the UK fund. So Spirent having had the news of the acquisition, it's unlikely to increase much further, so we're going to look to replace that in the UK fund. We've also been looking at German stocks, so we've identified Germany as being a relatively cheap market compared to other markets. So in the last few days, we've not only increased our broad German exposure via the DAX index, which tracks the largest German companies, but we're also looking at specific German stocks. So in the last few days, we bought Siltronic, a German chip manufacturer. So we're looking at opportunities both in the UK and elsewhere.
Thanks, James. That's all sounding positive. Next month, we'll look into the Courtiers Fund performance for Q1 2024. Spring budget tomorrow, we'll be providing commentary and look forward to sending our immediate thoughts through. Thank you for watching, and we'll look forward to catching up again next month.